Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Misha and I'm excited because today we are doing the Hoya alphabet, and today it's going to be the Hoyas that I have with the letter C. And let me tell you, there's a lot of them. There's like, I don't know, 13 to 15 of them. So I'm gonna try to just kind of show you guys very quickly which ones are in my collection with the letter C, and just kind of, you know, let you know a quick care tip, maybe not, I don't know, but let's just get started because it's a lot of them and I don't want this to be extremely long. So I have a couple of them that are large, and today I'm not feeling well and I can't carry anything slightly heavy. Honestly, nothing over 5 pounds. So I did film extra clips to show you at least the biggest Hoyas in my collection, and you can see those right now. I figure I will show you guys where I keep the carnosas. So I have the carnosa grain form right here, and she is trailing and just keeps going. But so my carnosa green, it's in Lega. It has been in Lega for some time now and she loves it. And then my carnosa crimson princess, this one, it's large too, so my back, it's in really bad shape, so I can't carry the big ones at this moment. And she is a leggy trailing. She is also in Lega. But when it comes to her, I had purchased a couple of them. I don't know why, but I purchased a couple. I think it's because the variegation, it's just incredible in the ones that I found. So I figured, you know what, why not? So I ended up getting a couple. So this is one, and then the second one, it's in soil. Let me show you. So this is the second one right here, which is trailing quite a bit. And this one, I do keep it in soil. And I must admit that I do believe that the one in Lega is happier. The leaves are glossier, and I feel like it maintains the variegation even more, even though it's in higher light than, well, no, this one's in higher light because I have the grow light right here, and I have light coming from that angle and another light on the opposite side. But yeah, so this one, it's reverting, and it's in this one, I do have it in soil, and it's a chunky mix in a terracotta pot, and I feel like I do lose more leaves on the one in soil for some reason. So that's interesting. But those are my carnosas, my large ones. So those are actually the very first ones that I purchased regarding Hoyas, which is the carnosa green, as you guys seen already, and the carnosa crimson princess. Hi. Belle needs help. Her allergies are acting up really badly, so sometimes, and we're not letting her jump off the couch anymore because she's like gonna be 15, wicked old, and we don't want her to be hitting herself. I'll be right back. Come here, baby. Give a show, mommy. Give a show. Say hi. The cutest thing. Isn't she the cutest? So she had her medicine today. She needs a haircut, but she gets separation anxiety, and they keep saying that they need like 3 people to hold her down, and it just breaks my heart. So she's all hairy and whatnot, and I'm gonna love her as such. Right, baby? Say bye. I'm gonna go take her to get some water, and then I think that's what she wants, but she can't find her way. She's almost 15, right? Right? I love you. Okay. Thank you for the kisses. Say bye, everyone. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's exactly what she wanted. She wanted some water. So let's proceed. So I already showed you guys, just to do a little recap, on my own head, Carnosa Green Variety and Carnosa Crimson Princess. Okay, so the next Hoya that I'm going to show you guys with the letter C is probably the smallest one that I have currently, and it's right here. So I did an unboxing on this one, and it's Hoya Camporifolia. I'll insert the names, but she was quite small, so what I did is I ended up cutting her up because that's what you do when they're small, right? But I just wanted to see if I can encourage growth. She is in the bathroom with about 55% humidity and afternoon sun, and this is how she looks so far. She's a tiny little thing, but I love it. And she reminds me of Hoya serpens because the leaves are quite small, and they're very succulent for such a small leaf. Not as succulent as the serpens, because serpens are pretty thick. They're thick. But anyhow, so this is Hoya Camporifolia. And I love it. She's so pretty. And they're just like that, because I always like to keep whatever cutting I have, because I don't write a name for them. I like keeping them together just in case they are similar to something else. I don't want to, like, I don't know, miss out on it. But I hope you guys like it. She is a beauty, and I know it's really, really hard. But see, she just gets lost in the freaking pot. And this is like a 3-inch pot planter, but at the time I didn't have a smaller one. So right now she's gonna look pretty just like that. Since we first started with the OGs, I might as well keep going with the OGs. So this is my Carnosa Crimson Queen. She is in Leca, and she actually has been a very slow grower for me. I don't understand why. Her variegation is pretty incredible. I do love it. There's something beautiful about just very subtle variegation with those splashes. But yeah, my Hoya Crimson Queen. Look at this one. Half a moon. So, and this one didn't cost me much. I can't even remember where I purchased it from, but it was definitely affordable. And that's the one thing about the Carnosas, that they tend to be slightly cheaper, at least the OGs anyway. Next, I have so many, I don't even know where to put them, but I'm trying to make space. So give me a second. Okay, so I ended up bringing a chair near me to make things a little easier for myself. So another Hoya in my collection with the letter C is Hoya Callistophyla. Callistophyla. So obviously when it comes to Callistophyla, it's all about the veining. And this is a Hoya that it's, oh my gosh, like a lot of people love it because of it. So it did grow this tendril under my care, and I just kind of like did a loop-de-loop on itself, but it has been a slow grower for me. I do keep her, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry, we just had to take a minute for this. This is like incredible. But yeah, she has been a slow grower for me. I think the only leaf during my care has been 2 leaves, has been this one under my care and this one on top. But oh my gosh, I just can't get over it. Dark veining like that, it's truly like one of my favorites. And that's my Hoya Callistophyla. And I do have it, of course, in Leca. Phil ended up drilling holes for me because, oh my gosh, I tried drilling a freaking hole in the mason jar and I broke it, and then I got really scared. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. That's why you have a man sometimes, so they can do the scary stuff. Next, thought this was gonna be easy, but because I have them all over the place, kind of hard. So the next Hoya in my collection with the letter C is Hoya Chelsea. So I purchased this one, and I do have it in partial pawn, and the rest leca, and the roots look incredible. So I ended up purchasing this one at an orchid show in Apopka, Florida, and I'm pretty sure I made a video where I showed it. I ended up purchasing it at Coco Ranch. It's not a place that I tend to purchase Hoyas from anymore, but I think Rachel's baking. But she is a stunner. When I purchased her, I believe she was really small, I want to say, and it was like $30, and that's the reason why I ended up purchasing her. And I do keep her in a high lighting conditions and very humid. I have her in my IKEA IKEA cabinet. Ooh, okay, so that's Hoya Chelsea. I'm sorry. As soon as I start filming a video, something always happens. So this is one of my Hoya chicken farms. I ended up getting this one at that show also, and I ended up purchasing it with just, I believe, just the bottom leaves, and it was very overpriced. And it did grow this tendril for me, and at first it was really slow growing. And one thing that I do is that I don't wait for them to start growing to start chopping. I chopped it. Like, I have done 2 cuttings on this already, and they're rooting, but it's such a beautiful one. And I actually, if you follow me on Instagram, I do have the flowers, and I might insert a clip now. So that's how the flowers look. They're amazing, and they're such a sweet scent. And the flower for me is a different Hoya that I ended up getting from an import. So let me bring her for you. One moment. So this is the one that flowered for me, and you can see the peduncle right there. I'm not sure, it's not gonna, but that peduncle had, oh my gosh, the blooms were beautiful. And this is the one that I ended up putting a plastic top from like a soup container, and it's just stuck there. But I don't mind, because when I water her, I don't want my cabinets to be all wet. But these are my chicken farms, which I can't even get in the frame. Aren't they beautiful? I love the wonky leaves, and they're very thin, which it surprises me, because I honestly never thought that the Hoya chicken farms were so wonky. The leaves are not very thick in my opinion, but let me see if I can do a close-up of, so it's activating again, which is making me extra happy. So we'll see. Let me put it back. Okay, next. So it's gonna be Hoya Caudata Sumatra Big Green Leaf. And honestly, I was so eager to get it because of the wonky leaves. Again, I just love anything that looks sort of prehistoric. This is a brand new leaf. So they come super green and glossy, and then they turn into this like splashy, dirty looking leaves. They're not dirty. And so to me, I feel like, I don't know, I have her in soil, obviously happy, she's growing, but I feel like when they do have the runners, they tend to dry so quickly. So I feel like it's a Hoya that I'm always on top of. It does have a lot of different growth points. You see right there, it's giving me new leaves, and this particular one has a new leaf coming. And so I don't know, I just feel like I'm always on top of it because the runners, they do get dry a lot. That's the only thing that annoys me about her. I think she's a beautiful plant. I water her once a week. She's in a chunky mix in terracotta, and you know, but I don't know, I guess I expect her to trail and be more beautiful than what it is. Does that make sense? I don't know. I just, honestly, sometimes you get plants and you're thinking one thing and it's something completely different. And interestingly enough, I have the regular Caldata Sumatra, and it's not growing the way that it should be. So this is the sad looking, oh yeah, the regular form. So this one during stress does turn kind of reddish. So this is not the green variety, and it came with the top 2 leaves. I placed it in Leica, but look, it became all fuzzy, which is kind of weird. It became very fuzzy, and it doesn't look, I guess the way it's growing, it's just like a more juvenile form, and it gave me this long, you know, tendril, and maybe I just need to wrap it up, and I'll do that after this video. But I am not impressed. I can't remember how much I paid for it, maybe $20 to $30, but I am not impressed with the growth pattern. And the same thing with this one. The ends, I always have to keep an eye on them because they do get dry. And the funny thing is that I do have my home at usually like in the 60 to 70% humidity. So I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I feel like I'm still trying to figure her out, but I don't know, I'm just not impressed with the Caldata Sumatras, and some people pay big money for them. But anyhow, let's proceed. So this one, I ended up purchasing this one at Unsolicited Plant Talks, is Miss Clandestina, and I do love the big green leaves. And when it came to me, it was this one. Actually, these are 2 different cuttings that I added there. So the ones from Unsolicited Plant Talks are these 2. And it hasn't done anything for me. And then I purchased a second one because I figured maybe it's just very, very shocked. So I purchased a second one, and it did grow for me, and I made some cuttings for my upcoming Etsy shop. But yeah, Miss Clandestina, looking pretty. It kind of looks like a latifolia, and it's obviously 2 different types of growth pattern. This one, it's more elongated. This one's like chunkier and fatter. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, my Clandestina, looking pretty. Okay, I don't have that much to go. I'm going fast, I guess. Okay, so now I have featured this one on my video before, and it's Mrs. Sad Curtsy. So I placed her in pond. She seems to be happy in pond. Same thing happens to her, like the little ends dry up. So like once a week during watering day, I do go ahead and chop everything. Like I trim my plants on a weekly basis. And so today is Thursday, so by Sunday all of that will be cut, or yeah, by Sunday. And so she was smaller. She started to trail. She looks wonky, and I love that very much. But to me, she's a very slow grower. I ended up purchasing it quite small because I haven't had the luck of finding a full pot at, you know, Lowe's or Home Depot. So yeah, my Curtsy. But she is looking so pretty. I like it. Okay, let's see. Next. Hoya Cresceps. I want to say that I'm saying that right. But this one was an import. The leaves that it gave me, the new ones, are not as chunky as the original ones. I do like the grow pattern. I do notice that this is the type of Hoya that searches for the light tremendously, so that's why it's like growing all wonky, because depending where I put her, that's where she'll grow. And so she has given me pretty much a lot of new growth, like pretty much all of that. I think it's about new growth. And you can see a little new leaf forming. This is a new one that still hasn't made the full, you know, that hasn't grown, but I think it's a cute little Hoya. I do keep it in leca, and I do keep her in medium light. And honestly, I don't really care about humidity when it comes to her, but my house is pretty humid anyway. So yeah, Hoya Cresceps, or yeah, let's say that that's the name. This one, ooh, this one's a sad one. So this one's Hoya Shawarium. Oh, I'm spilling it. It's in leca, loving it. Look at those roots. Those roots are pretty incredible. So she was a 4-leaf. She was 4 leaves, and so I cut it. She wasn't growing fast enough, and then he gave me those 2 little ones. And so that's how they grow. They grow really cute and light color and tiny, and then all of a sudden they just become this like beautiful dark green leaf. I just think they're beautiful. But yeah, Hoya Shawarium, and I don't have really much to say. She's just not picky no matter where I put her, but she's beautiful, I think. Which ones has been your favorite so far? I don't know. I think my favorite ones are coming up, so I think they're the last 2. I think I saved the best for last, so let me show you. Whew, my back. So this is Hoya Camporifolia. Take that in. Take that in. Look at this beauty. Loving leca and growing all crazy. I just flipping love this thing. So when I first purchased this plant, it was just one cutting, long cutting, and I chopped it. I chopped every bit of it. I placed it in leca. Let me see if we can see some roots. You can see some roots there. The roots on this one are green and darker, but oh my gosh, like at first I thought I was gonna lose her. I kept losing some of the cuttings until I finally took, and I've been cutting and placing it back into the leca, and she's just amazing. And she is in full spectrum lighting, and she is in high humidity. She is on about, look at that, you can barely see it, but it's gonna grow 2 tendrils here, and I have to just cut that when I do my weekly cleanup. Another one that I have to cut. But this one has growth points everywhere. Like this one, it's gonna be my monster, my beautiful monster. I personally think that out of all the plants with the letter C, even more so than the Callistophyla and the Hoya chicken farm, I think this one's my favorite. And it's nothing like fancy, but I do like the veination of it. I do like the growing pattern. I do love the fact that when they grow at first, they have this limey, bright green. It's just incredible. And I think that once you get the watering down, it's just something that makes you smile every time you see it. And I don't touch it. I try not to bug it, but I think honestly this is probably my favorite of the group. I think so. So Hoya Camporifolia. This one's one to have in your collection. Wow, but I love it. I love it. I love it when they look like that. And last but not least, I'm gonna show you guys. Ooh, my last one. So this one, ooh, it's a monster. I need to go back so you guys can see. So this is Miss Crystal. And look at the beautiful leaves, foliage. It's so splashy. So this is Hoya Crystal, and I really don't have much to say. She is under a full spectrum light. She gets medium humidity. Well, I think about 55 to 65% humidity. A lot of light. She is in leca. And let me see if there's any roots growing on the bottom. So she has a couple roots growing on the bottom, but they're not very big. I did chop it, and I gave Gusty cutting on this one. And what I love about it is, look at that stem. It's flipping black, and that's just freaking gorgeous. And when they're growing the tendrils, it's almost like a reddish color, and then it turns black, and then the stems and the leaves, like, that's so black and cool. And then this beautiful splashy shiny leaves that I haven't even washed. It's such a stunner. And you know, I flip and love it. And it's large to keep it. This trellis is the one that has the 3 stakes, and then it has the little circles, and I just made it so that so it will be just one stake with the circle. And because that was just too ridiculously big for a trellis, but it has done wonders for her, and she keeps growing. And at first I thought that, you know, she was gonna stop growing because I cut her, but no, she's just like, okay, I'll give you more love. But yeah, this is Miss Hoya Crystal. And so this is gonna be the very last Hoya. I believe I did go through all of them with the letter C. So let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite, because to me, I feel like don't fall. Oh my gosh, that would be bad. But look at this. I don't know. Don't you think I left the best for last? I think so. I think so. I'm in love with them. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about my new series, my Hoya alphabet. And today was the letter C. Bye. I am having such a hard time filming. So while I'm resting my back and cuddling with Belle, I forgot I have another 2 plants with the letter C, another 2 Hoyas coming on the 1st, meaning that they should be here in the next few days. So I'm going to stop editing, and I'm going to wait for that unboxing so that I can add the 2 plants with the letter C to my collection, and they're definitely gonna give my current collection a run for their money, I hope. But yeah, I just wanted to stop by and let you guys know that. And one last goodbye from Belle, who just went to sleep, I guess. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you soon when I show you the other 2 Hoyas with the letter C. Bye. Hey guys, so I was debating whether adding these 2 Hoyas to my video for the Hoya alphabet letter C. I was debating on it because I don't have any care tips for them. I just received them. I just did an unboxing that was not the best. But I figure, since they are with the letter C, I might as well just add them. And here they are. So let me turn you around so that you guys can see the Hoyas with the letter C. Okay, so I have them in my terrarium, and here they are. And this is the reason as to why I was debating whether to add it or not, because this was an import that so far is failing. But with the letter C, I have Hoya Cresceps, the regular variety. I have it in very high humidity in here, and I'm just trying to see if it roots for me. I don't see any sort of roots on it, but that's part of the letter C. I don't honestly know why I have that leaf there. I don't know, maybe for comparison in yellowing. And then the Cresceps Red King, which the top one looks like it's getting yellow, but the next one looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to, like, let me see if I can grab it. But that is truly a specimen. I love the veining on that Hoya, and I know it's very hard to, come on, focus. It's very hard to see probably, but this is beautiful. So now I have both the Cresceps Red King and the regular green variety that I'm not sure if it will make it or not because it's starting to look too yellow. But, you know, I'm keeping a close eye on it. Look at that venation. Oof. It did came with 2 leaves, and I placed it in leca, and it's less than I don't think it's more than 5 days at most. I'm not sure, but yeah, for the Hoya alphabet letter C, and in the future, if they survive, I'll be able to provide care tips, but right now it's just not logical to do that.